Hi friends, how you doing? I'm Greg Nichols. I'm the owner and broker of MFN Realty, and it's a locally owned firm. I own it, and we operate in 3 counties, Sacramento, Placer, and El Dorado, and I have for many years. Now, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what this video is about, and it's about me representing sellers. So let's say I'm representing you as your listing agent. Well, first of all, you need to know I'm a direct marketing specialist. Now that is different than a real estate agent because there's a lot of marketing techniques and methods used, and that's what I do, and I've done it for many years. Now, when I was a younger agent, and back in the 80s and 90s, and after 2000 even, I would market myself to listings that expired and went off the market, and I would get listings from those owners who had trouble selling with other agents. Sometimes they would have had 2 different agents before me after 3 months, and then me after 6 months. And what would happen is I would list it. First of all, I'd motivate them, and I'd make them feel good about their property, and I would give them positive pointers about their property because those other agents had probably were running it down or running the price down or something after it didn't sell. So and then we would really look hard at the price. We would also look at the strong features that drew those homeowners to their property, to their own property. Who knows their own property better than those who have lived in it and who saw a vision of it when they looked at it at an open house, and they walked through it and they said, this is our home, and what made them feel that way. And because, you know, if it would appeal to them, it would appeal to thousands of others. And so you look at this from the potential buyer's viewpoint, and I had a knack for doing that. So I'd change things up, and I would do certain things. In fact, I would do things. Now, when I was a brand new agent and I was learning my first week, I was sitting at the company main office. They had about 8 or 9 branches. This company is called MFN Realtors. For those of you that are old enough, you might remember that name, MFN Realtors. And the CEO was teaching that day. His name was John, and he was talking to us, and he wrote the word agent on the board, and then he turned around and he says, now I have a meaning for the word agent from an old dictionary. And now you know what an agent is. They are contracted to do things for other people. In business, that's what an agent is, and that's what a listing agent is. That's what your real estate agent is supposed to be. But he said, here's the most basic definition from an older dictionary. An agent is a person that does things. They do things. Now, I used to take over those listings, like I said, back in that day, and I would start doing things that the other agents didn't do. See, I learned good things very early in my career, and then I practiced them my full career until now. I'm a pretty good agent as far as marketing and getting people in. I've even developed some innovations for my sellers, and we have some innovations for buyers too. They're very creative. One thing I've done is I have a network in the Bay Area, and it's, you know, all those fat cat cash buyers that come up here and buy homes. Well, I've been marketing to them for a long time about my Sacramento houses, and they know me. I mean, they've seen me on Facebook, they've seen me in Craigslist, they've seen me in Google, and I still operate in all of those. And when you list with me, your house not only goes out to the Sacramento, Placer, and El Dorado people, but your house goes out to the Bay Area. Now, there's 5 million, 7 million people down there, or more, maybe 10 or 12. And and they have expensive properties, and they sell them. And I heard statistics this last year that Sacramento, from the Bay Area, when they sell, Sacramento Valley, which is 3 or 4 counties, actually is their first stopping point to go buy their next home. and they get twice as much home for half as much money that they have in their pocket. They're all cash buyers. So I have this edge for my sellers in Sacramento. Well, why don't we just read what one of my sellers wrote? I'm going to read it to you, okay? It says, this is the last half of her explanation of me as her agent. I got this in a review. She says, in spite of heavy smoke covering our beautiful property from the California fires and a pandemic lockdown, the perfect family for our unique home emerged. Greg and Debbie had wisely, well, Debbie is my wife, and she works with me in the business. Greg and Debbie had wisely targeted San Francisco in their marketing strategy. We highly recommend Greg and Debbie Nichols to be your choice for a reliable real estate agent and broker. Miracles do happen in the hands of the right people. That's what one of my clients said, but I have a lot of clients that talk like that because we do things well for them. And like I say, the homes we list here in this valley here, Sacramento, we're showing them to that whole peninsula in San Francisco, Bay Area, up and down the whole coast. And we're letting them see what we've got over here. And they recognize us over here, our name, MFN Realty. Well, when I started, at one time when I opened MFN Realty, I was representing investors from the Bay Area. I did that for several years. They bought a lot of rentals over here. And so I've gotten known over many, many years over there and in this city too. And I do things honestly. And I do have a list here I want to talk to you just a little bit about. We use some targeted marketing. We can actually, online, we can actually detail marketing list companies to get lists of buyers that are detailed down to the very fine-tuned, minute list of people that would like your home. We know the target market for your home, and we know how to find a really distilled, drip list of buyers that's not many that would your home would be the perfect home for them. And so then, and where would they be found? Well, they'd be found in the move up community that's moving up to the community of your home. They would be found in the lower price community that's moving up to the price that you have on your house. So we those are called private marketing lists. And that, like I said, we use Facebook, we use Craigslist, we use Google Ads. We put ads in the Bay Area. We have blogs in the Bay Area. We have blogs in the Sacramento area. We blog constantly on your house if we list it. And we use the MLS technology. It's really good technology, but I'm not sure all the agents use it all the time. For example, there's a reverse prospecting method in there that we are able to harness for your listing, to match your listing to the buyers that are searching and have been searching the last 30, 40 days, because the other agents put their buyers into the MLS, and it's a little used technique, but we can just go, it's been around for years, and I've used it for years, and we can actually put your home in there and tie it in to buyers that are looking for a very house just like yours. I'm not sure 1 in 2 in 10 or 1 in 10 agents in the MLS service even use that that feature that's in there. I have my own personal mailing list. We send out your property to all of them in routine mailouts when we list a new property. I want you to know that what happens when we list a house is we're a small firm, and if you've heard this thing that agents have to be in a big firm to be successfully market your house, that's a thing of the past, because the internet is a level playing field for any agent, and the internet makes the world very small. And what I'm saying to you is that I noticed in recent years with the internet the way it is, when I list a home, especially in this inventory shortage market, when I list a home, the other agents in town, they all make a blog or some kind of entry in there. They have software that does it, and they set themselves up as like the sub-agent of me if I have your home listed, and then they give me a little recognition down the corner that says this listing is offered by Greg Nichols of MFN Realty. Very tiny down there because they want to get the calls. So the phone number is real big, their name's real big, their brand and name identification is real big. And I started counting the house peoples that would have the agents that would have my listings listed under mine in the Google searches. And, you know, I think one time I had like 1,200 agents had some kind of a listing on some kind of a blog. And the longer your house on the market, the larger that list grows. Now, houses aren't on the market very long. We know that. The right houses, they're going in a day or two. They're going way over list. Our job is to help you get a bid war going in this marketplace to represent you, the seller, who we represent. But I just wanted you to see that I'm a good ad copywriter. After all these decades that I've done real estate, I write ad copy well, playing up the strengths of the home. I use a lot of my ad copy is from the seller's hearts. What's their heart about their house? And then what I do is there's a little bit of space, like 1,100, 1,200 characters in the listing that you can put the best ad possible, what the house has. And I see a lot of agents waste that space, but I don't wait. They say redundant or unnecessary things, not about your house. But you know what? Once I write that, I notice in all those listings that I told you about of your house that the other agents create, I notice they all use that same ad copy that I wrote. So I know how many people I'm writing the ad copy for, and it's very powerful if it's good ad copy and if it plays up the strengths and kind of glosses over the weaknesses of your house. There's a lot of technique and nuances that we do because of our experience that you're not getting with all the agents that are out there. Now, I was in law school when I left that. I went into real estate. I was very young, and I wanted to immediately get into the business world. I did not want to finish law school, but I had gotten into law school, and I had gone for a time, and I left it to go into real estate. It gives me a bent for not signing up for helping me not sign up my clients into bad contracts and having kind of a sixth sense or a feel for what is a dangerous situation. I can maneuver you through things like that. You have to do accurate work. I would find out sometimes when I was listing those expired homes that didn't sell when I was younger, I found out that a lot of the agents were putting inaccurate things in. And they were listing houses back then we had zones and subzones instead of zip codes and cities. And in those subzones and zones, they would put somebody in the wrong zone, and it might be a less expensive area and an undesirable area. And then what would happen is they wouldn't get any traffic. I remember getting one where 2 agents did the wrong zone. How do 2 agents make the same mistake? That's because they copy the information of the listing from the last agent, and the last agent made mistakes, and they just copied the mistakes. You see what I mean? Do accurate work. I got trained right in my real estate training back in '77 when I got in. I had great mentors and trainers over many years. Now I mentor people. So anyway, accurate work. Do accurate work. And you know, if your agent lists something on your house, checks a box, and it doesn't have that something, better hope it's not expensive, because you might have to buy that for the buyer after closing if they find that mistake. So I just legal skills. So anyway, that kind of sums it all up. If you want to call me sometime. Now, if you don't mind, just go to MFN Realty, which is linked here on the video, and go like, because you'll get all my videos. If you don't like MFN Realty, If you don't click like on MFN Realty, then you'll have to just by chance see one I'm paying for to run. But if you go click like, you'll get them all. And then secondly, if this is on YouTube, I put them both on YouTube and I put them on Facebook. If this is on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. And that's the best thing to do there. And so give me a call. My number 916-580-7235. And there'll be information down below. I have an interesting mailing list, and it's I send out an email newsletter, and you'd really like it, I think. If you like learning new things and learning about real estate, I talk about investments in it. I talk about cryptocurrency, and I talk about net worth. I talk about debt and getting out of debt, and I talk about dream homes. And I put pictures of great big million-dollar homes, multi-million-dollar homes, and land. And it's just it's a nice newsletter, and you should be able to get some info here under Learn More or something there, and get the link to see how to join my newsletter. So join the newsletter, click like on MFN Realty, click subscribe on YouTube if you're watching this that way. Give me a call if you want to talk about your home. Well, God bless you, and have a wonderful day.